Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 495, where Drew and myself will be talking about what's coming out in your local comic book shops February the 20th, 2019. But before Drew and I get into what's going to be in your comic book shops this coming Wednesday, Drew, welcome back from vacation and everything, and what do we got going on?
Yeah, thank you. I had a nice vacation. Sorry we missed a week. Couldn't pull it off logistically with my vacation instead of Kyle. So it was a nice turnabout there. But yeah, I had a good time, and we'll get back on schedule for a little while until we get off again. I want to kick off this week's episode with a little melancholy announcement. Those of you who've listened for a while know that I co-hosted over at the Weekly Comic Spotlight with John Mayo on his site, the Comic Book Page site and podcast. He was on a family cruise in Norway to see the Northern Lights with his mom, dad, and sister recently, and something his dad always wanted to do and see. And as the trip was ending, his dad passed away on the plane unexpectedly. So unfortunately, that kind of really rocked him pretty hard. And I wanted to give my condolences to John. Having recorded with him for 250 episodes and talking to him each and every week, I got to know him really well. We became friends. We met once at C2E2. And so I feel really bad for him for having and going through something like that. He did address it on his podcast, and it was rough. It was rough to listen to. It really hit him hard, and it was a real heartfelt kind of honoring his father, and really kind of made me kind of evaluate my own relationship with my dad. So it was a tragedy for him. He did get to spend, his dad's last 2 weeks of his life with him every day, which is kind of a blessing. And as he looks back, I'm sure he'll appreciate that. But still, I feel bad for what he's going through. I believe the funeral is today, and I wish him and his family well, and give them my deepest condolences. If you know John or listen to his podcast, you can check it out over at comicbookpage.com. I'm sure he likes listeners, and he likes feedback to his episodes and stuff. So that'd be the best way to kind of help him out, is to just support his podcast. So check that out. And sorry, John. Hopefully things will get better.
Our thoughts and prayers out to him, and sorry to hear that. Yeah,
it stinks. Now our show must go on, and let's start with our FOC list.
Yeah, let's head on right into FOC. Of course, FOC is your final order cutoff. It is your final opportunity to add the things you missed on previews, or get a final look before they start actually putting things to print. This has been something that Drew and myself have been going through a lot over the last year. It's been awesome to be able to add things that we missed, see final artwork before things go, or catch some FOC-only items or things that weren't in your previous book. So this has cost us a lot of money, but we do definitely enjoy it. And we want to thank, of course, Eric from Cowabunga for curating the FOC list. If your local comic book shop does not do an FOC, reach out to him to either get on the mailing list to see the FOC, or even possibly order these things. And again, if your comic book shop does these, check it out, listen to us, and make sure you get in there by noon on Monday to add or subtract from your order. Eric, not necessarily speculating on his own, but does like to feature a few things that he at Cowabunga are moving up and down, or things that kind of catch the spotlight. The first one he's got on here is Batman Who Laughs, the Grim Knight #1, the variant, the Del Auto. Man, if you ever wanted to see what Batman would look like if he were in the Matrix, this is it. He's got a couple dope looking little SMGs. If that's not a wallpaper, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool shot.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. He's also has, of course, Catwoman #9, the Art Germ cover B. an amazing cover, but for Art Germ, just another cover because that is just what he does.
It's very nice.
Of course, we also have Murder Falcon number 6, cover B. I think the last one of these I remember ordering from the previews. The previous ones were FOC only, and a lot of people missed them. Of course, the B covers on Murder Falcon have been homages to metal albums. And this one is, of course, Drew?
It is Megadeth's Rust in Peace.
Megadeth, Rust in Peace. And I just recently learned that Hangar 18 that I really like is off this album. So I do know some Megadeth, and it's off this album. I think I was 9 years old when the album came out.
Shout out to Eric who reminded me what this was because I couldn't remember.
Weren't a big metalhead there, Drew?
I guess those brain cells are long gone. Can't remember any of it.
Who'd have thunk it? And of course, the final thing rounding out that Eric's spotlighting for us, Amazing Spider-Man number 17, Corey Smith 1 in 25 variant, which if you're looking for some of those high-end variants for $50, he can hook you up with that. But Drew, now that we've got those picks out of the way, what do we got on this FOC?
Well, in Dark Horse, I don't see really.
Who is Calamity Kate? And do we care? Magdalene Visaggio being the writer, Corinne Howe, and Valentina Pinto on art.
Oh, okay. That looks interesting.
Okay, it's a reboot.
Oh, is it?
No. She says Kate Strand reboots her destructive life and moves to L.A. to be the superhero she always wanted to be. Calamity Kate, gun-toting monster killer. With her latest career change, she faces new challenges, relationships, and competition. Despite desperate to show she's worth a damn in a world overrun by zombies, vampires, demons, goblins, and the ultimate monster, Bounty, the seven-fabled beast of yore. So, I don't think it's a reboot. I think they're just saying that the character was rebooting.
Yeah, the cover's kind of nice. I don't know who Corin Howell is, so I'm not sure what the interior art's going to look like, or if Valentina Pinto is doing the interior art. I'm not sure who's doing it, but yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I will check that out for sure.
And we have a Tana Ford cover B. Makes it look like a completely different comic. So I would watch and read cover A. I would skip cover B because I don't know. So this is one of those books that I'm not sure how interested I am in it.
But that's pretty much it from Dark Horse.
Yeah, let's move off of Dark Horse and let's find DC.
So it says Batman Who Laughs, the Grim Knight #1. Did the Batman Who Laughs end?
It is a 5-issue mini, if I'm correctly. We just pre-ordered number 4, so it is still going.
Oh, okay. So it's just going to go miniseries after miniseries.
You got it, and why not? Because these characters are pretty cool looking. Ripped from Batman's greatest nightmares, the Grim Knight is the world's most dangerous vigilante, unafraid to use any weapon and go to any length to stop those whom he deems worthy of death. Trained with the finest arsenal Wayne money can buy, learn the secret origin of the second deadliest Batman, hand-selected by the Batman Who Laughs to bring his dark plans to fruition. This one-shot has a big 28-page story.
Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yep. But I think the story of this FOC is this is your last chance to order Detective 1000, and we've got all the covers, which may have already been released, but I didn't pay that much attention before. I don't know if we saw them all yet. But
I know I didn't see whatever this midnight release variant is. Oh, yeah, that's the
midnight
Sideways one I did. Never mind.
The midnight release is the newest one. So of all these, do you have a favorite?
I do not. That's what sucks. I don't have a favorite.
At $5-6 a piece, even with the discount, That's tough. I like the ink blot by Greg Capullo.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool, man. I mean, that's a good one. I'd probably pass on the Jock face. I'm not sure if that's the greatest.
Yeah,
Tim Sales.
I'm disappointed in that one.
Tim Sales, okay. Frank Miller, I love the Frank Miller.
Love it enough for $6.
Yeah, I think I do. Bernie Wrightson is really nice. Classic. And didn't Bernie Wrightson die?
No clue.
I thought he did. The Steranko's nice, but not enough for me to pull the trigger on it. The Michael Cho is really awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's the 50s version. The 40s is just a great Bruce Timm Joker, kind of lording over Batman and Robin, a la the animated series. Really nice look there. The Steve Rude from the 30s, not my style, so I'd probably pass on that one.
I actually really like that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
And then the cover A, the Jim Lee cover A is really, really good. I don't want to double or triple dip on this.
I don't think it's worth it.
I know, but I just not from a flipping standpoint, of course. But there's
Just
some
from
nice
the stock of you were there and you wanted to get it while it was there.
Yeah, I mean, they might disappear, and you might not be able to get them again.
Yeah.
They might only reprint the cover A.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. But yeah, I'm really tempted on that Capullo and the Frank Miller for sure. Those are like 1 and 2, 1A and 1B. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. I did, and I purposely didn't.
What was the print run on Action 1000?
Almost $500,000.
Well, almost $500,000. Under over.
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 Yeah, this
Over
will be
500K.
bigger. Yeah, this will be bigger than that. Batman's bigger than Superman.
That's what I thought as well, but maybe people see that nobody cared about the action. That's what I wasn't sure.
Well, I don't. Yeah. I think this is gonna. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be over $500,000. And I don't think it'd be a disappointment if it was at 300,000. I think it's still a cool anniversary. Mm-hmm. So whatever it does is fine. But
only the second comic I know of to reach 1,000 issues.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, I purposely did not order anything during the preview cycle, knowing that it would be FOC'd later, because I had that luxury now.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
And so, waiting to the last minute to think it through, mull it over, and now I have 2 days left to decide.
So many times I look at something in previews and I'm like, I'm just going to default to no, because when FOC comes, I can always just grab it.
Yeah,
because
I got a second crack at it.
For the big ones, essentially. I say that to myself.
Yeah, I mean, for every publisher except for some of the back half, small stuff, he pretty much got that option, which is really cool.
Second bite of the apple on those.
Yeah. So are you just doing one? Or are you doing none? Because
I'm doing none. I'm just
doesn't mean anything to you because the history of comics mean nothing to you.
Big numbers scare me, Drew. Big numbers scare me.
Yeah. You want to read it though.
Yeah, and if I'm in an FOC and I walk by and it's there, I'll grab it. I don't know. That seems to be how I roll.
In an LCS?
Yeah.
You said FOC.
Whatever.
If you're in an FOC, you're within the matrix, and
I've fallen somehow in a digital archive.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm getting a couple. Kyle's getting none. So between the two of us, we average out to one each.
There you
go. There's the penultimate Scooby Apocalypse, number 35, right there. And I just read 34, and they are winding this sucker down.
Which one did I see? I saw like a zombie Fred making out with somebody on something.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's happening.
Just checking.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So we don't have cover art for the Art Germ Supergirl 28 cover B.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering who was back on those Supergirls.
So we have Catwoman by Art Germ this month and Superwoman, and I think I've seen the Superwoman on Facebook, if I remember correctly.
You like the Red Hood
Supergirl,
B?
not Superwoman, Supergirl.
Do you like the Shane Davis cover for Red Hood B?
I don't.
Really? With the Penguin throwing the dice? You don't like that?
I don't like it as well as I thought I would.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not bad.
The Rafa Sandoval Titans, I think, is pretty nice. I did read the first Wonder Twins yesterday, and second issue is available for FOC. And I don't think I'm adding it. Although I enjoyed it, and it was hit a couple of nostalgia buttons, having a Hall of Justice and stuff from Super Friends in it, which was kind of cool. But it's really a kid's book, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is fine. That's what the imprint's for, so I should have known that. How about the Viktor Kalvachev Wonder Woman B? I kind of like that.
Huh. Yeah, it was kind of neat looking. It was better than I thought it would be. I was like, what's this gonna? Ooh.
Yeah, he's kind of aping, that painted style.
Yeah, except the face looks derpy, but other than that, not bad.
Derpy. Did we miss anything else when I was going gaga over Detective?
No, I think that's it. Pearl number 7. I'm not sure how long that's an ongoing, isn't it?
Is Pearl now an ongoing?
I don't know. I didn't see an of on it, is why I asked.
Yeah, maybe it is. Oh yeah, it's Pearl 7. So yeah, gosh, I think this is the weakest of the 4 Jinx world. But whatever.
Moving off of DC because I think that's it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
IDW. Marvel Action Black Panther. So this is the Hey IDW, sell Marvel books to kids initiative.
Mm-hmm. Kyle, you've got to get the cover A for Transformers, new first issue.
Oh, the Transformers in Hell?
No.
No.
Straight up Transformers.
Ooh.
New number 1. Look at that cover A.
That is cool. Gabriel Rodriguez, Optimus, and Megatron just chilling there on Cybertron. That is cool.
That's a great cover, right?
That is a very good cover. Yep.
I'm getting that for you. That'll be my gift to you.
Hey, all right.
That is so you. That is 80s Kyle right
it's
there.
It's very true. It's very, very true. That's cool. Sure, don't want me to get me the $100 one in 50. Not that
I think this takes care of it. This scratches that itch.
All right. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Anything else in IDW?
No, we talked about Shredder in Hell a couple weeks ago, and it went to a second print, so that is cool.
Wow, that is
a little bit of heat on that title.
Now, what I'm really excited about then, if we can go to Image,
let's head on down,
is Assassin Nation, or Ass in Nation, as I like to call it. Kyle Starks, the guy that did what was that darn book I love so much? The one about the bums. About the hobos.
Oh crap!
Rock Candy Mountain.
Yes.
I loved that book, and so I think he wrote that. I hope, because I've just struggled to find it. And Erica Henderson's on this, and I read the preview pages. They're in the back of some Image books, and they had, I think there's like 20 assassins in this. And there's like a rogues gallery of them and who their names, and some of their names are just like hilarious. They laugh out loud just looking at the names of these different assassins, and they all very unique. And it just looks it's funny. It's the concept is the world's former greatest hitman hires the 20 best assassins in the world to be his bodyguards, and they have to work together to keep him safe. And so I think hilarity will ensue, and I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a great comic. And as since it's an Image now, they'll be under ordered, and
only one cover, not a bunch of covers. It is a cool cover too. They're all in one big Mexican standoff. Mm-hmm. Can you say Mexican standoff in 2019?
Oh, I hope so. I don't know what the equivalent is.
Guns akimbo. I don't know
I like it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You just come up with that?
No, I've heard that before.
I like it.
I mean, all me.
Yeah, great job. Yeah, so I really I think this is going to be a good one. So I'm psyched about it. I've got multiples of this coming in. People seem to be loving Die, the Kieran Gillen.
Third print on #1.
Yeah,
and that's a different cover.
Yeah,
nice.
I of course am really enjoying Gunning for Hits. So there's the chance to get the third issue of that if you were sampling it or not.
I skipped Little Bird.
I did too. I mean the art was really detailed, and great craftsmanship, but it was a style that I don't usually gravitate towards. So
5-issue
I'm still
mini.
on the fence. Yeah, and why do they even say that?
Yeah.
I mean, most of them don't say it,
Yeah.
and we know it isn't going to go 12 issues. But it's really good art. It's Ian Bertram art, and it's really, really strong. I got a feeling I wouldn't like the story.
Yeah.
But I might get this first one anyway, because it could be a situation like a Monstrous or a Seven to Eternity, where the art's kind of outshining the story, and there's money to be made there.
And
so
we
probably,
know Drew hates it when artists get credit for a title.
I do. But sometimes it drives sales. People get excited about it, and
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. There's that Murder Falcon Heavy B or Cover B Heavy Metal variant.
It's a heavy B. That B is heavy.
That was my rap name, Heavy B.
Rat Queens, continuing on. One
Up
of
to
these days
15.
I'm going to go read all those.
Well, that's issue 15 of the second volume, right? The first volume went to 20, didn't it?
Yeah. And Spawn kills everything. It seems to be good. Anything else in Image, sir?
I don't think so.
Oh, Gunning for Hits, #3. You were enjoying that through the first two.
I mentioned that. Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
All right, let's head on down to Marvel, where it's time for Conan.
So is this like the third
Yeah, that's
Conan book?
The She-Devil of the Sea, who would be queen. So I'm not sure who Belit is.
I mean, I really like Kate Nimzik. She's the artist, so I might be interested in that for her. Teenie Howard, I've never really enjoyed that writing. Her writing, I think it's Teenie.
Yeah. But they are going all in on Conan, regular titles and offshoot titles as well.
Yeah, this is I think this is the third one. Yeah. Plenty of incentive variants for it as well. A Pacelli, an Afu-chan, a Vatine. Not yet another Age of X-Man. Apocalypse.
So, click on that cover one. That first, is that Apocalypse in an oversized t-shirt?
I don't know. Is that an Archie shirt?
Yeah, no, he looks like Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I am unaware. I mean, I know I've not been the most large of Marvel files, but that seems...
And that's the cover A they've chosen.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. Magnificent Ms. Marvel is relaunching, this time with Saladin Ahmed on the writing chores, taking over for what's her face?
Oh yeah, her.
Who did it? Gosh, who did it forever? G. Willow Wilson. Man, what is wrong with my brain today? Let's see. We got a Marvel Tales Thor. Is this something old? Stan Lee, Larry Lieber. It's the 80th anniversary of the House of Ideas with an era-spanning Marvel Tales. Yeah, yet another 80th anniversary thing, which I've enjoyed a lot of them, so I'll probably check this out.
Which you can get a standard #1, or there's a $150 Virgin version of it.
By Jen Bartel?
Yeah.
Man.
So they're just running straight for the super rares.
What's a $150 variant? Does that mean it's 1 in 250?
That are one per store, and that's just its price. I'm not real sure on that one.
Oh, okay. Could be one of those.
Yeah. General Grievous for the Star Wars Age of Republic.
Okay, hold it.
Cool.
Don't tell me yet. Let me look. Let me look at the picture.
Wait, do you know? Before you look at it, do you know who Grievous is?
I didn't until I looked at the picture.
Okay,
Is he this robot-looking thing?
Yes.
I don't remember this at all. What episode is this?
He is the general he's got the multiple arms, holds multiple lightsabers. He's taken from fallen Jedis.
So this is like one of the prequels?
Yes, correct. Absolutely. Yep. The second one, if I remember correctly. Second, third, yeah.
How many times have you seen the prequels? Have you seen them more than once?
Yeah, I've seen them on my own, and then 2 or 3 times, and then I've seen them 3 or 4
A lot.
times.
Okay.
Not a lot, but I include them when I go back through everything. I go back through everything, and of course, Grievous is big in the Clone Wars cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Because if you notice in the movie and stuff, he has kind of a breathing issue, and if you go back and watch the original Clone Wars cartoon, the previous one that was on Cartoon Network, not the secondary one, you see that Mace Windu kind of force crushes his larynx a little bit, and that's where he gets his breathing issues from. And I always thought he was a really, really, really cool character. I like the idea of the split arms and the 4 different lightsabers, and underneath that he's actually a species I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're like lizard species.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff. Very, very neat. I like that character, but by far created just to sell a Mattel action figure.
Well, I mean, come on, Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Between not being able to remember a single creator's name today, not knowing a Megadeth album cover, and not knowing who General Grievous is, I have like 0 nerd cred.
Yeah.
Cred of any kind.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I've pissed it all away.
This is true. It's okay. Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe I can build that back up. Let's see. What's this Uncanny X-Men Winter's End? Because there wasn't enough Uncanny X-Men coming out twice a week or whatever. Assistant of Grace. Pass.
Has it got Wolverine? Because now that he's back, don't we just toss him in everything? Actually, I don't see him on that one. Oh, it looks like Iceman and the X-Men get a special visitor from the future. An older Bobby Drake has come to the present to tell him to give up being a superhero. But what could have happened that would change Bobby Drake from the X-Men's resident jokester to a morose mutant?
Yeah. Pass.
Yep. That's about the end of Marvel for me, sir.
A quick shout out to Wolverine Long Night. That's been really good. It's based on the podcast.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And the first 2 issues have been great. This is issue 3. Fun Wolverine story. Going to be a great collection, and got to get back and listen to that podcast eventually.
There you go.
That's it for Marvel for me.
All right, so we're down to Boom, which immediately gives us to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which we've had before. The first print going to a 3rd print.
And if you are a fan, there are multiple FOC exclusive variants. A Slayer Infante variant and a Vampire Infante variant that are FOC only.
Firefly, the 2nd print going to a 3rd, and I'm sorry, the 2nd issue going to a 3rd, and the 3rd issue going to a 2nd.
Nothing else from me there.
I can't remember if that's the cover or not on those. Oh, well. Sorry, I have no help on that. All right, that's all for Boom Dynamite.
And who is Jerry in Rick and Morty?
Jerry's the father.
Oh, okay. He gets his own. He gets a #1 comic.
Where's that at?
It's down at Oni.
Oh, okay? You've moved way past where I was.
Where were you?
I said
Boom?
let's hit Dynamite. And
Well, there's nothing in Dynamite.
no, but I'd feel bad obligatorily skipping them. But yeah, moving on.
Let's just lump them all together with the bottom half.
Riverdale season 3. Is the show on season 3?
Yes, it is.
How have I not watched
Crazy
season
train.
2? I need to watch season 2. Why have I not been in the mood for 2? I really like that show.
Well, what you need to be in the mood for is Walking Dead and catch up because this is awesome.
Far behind the show.
Oh, it's so good, so good. And you know what? You know who's in this season, right? I wouldn't spoil it if I told you, would I?
I've seen people putting on skin masks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it is them.
Yes.
But it's kind of cool some of the juxtapositions that they've had to do since they've.
Yeah, we don't
killed...
have Carl, so we can't have a relationship with Carl, and so
we got a Carl relationship replacement.
Yes, I know.
So it's going to work out.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness underage whoopee can occur.
Yeah, we don't get an eyeball lick, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That was the best part of that.
Yeah, the yeah.
Eye socket.
Yeah.
Good call.
Still wake up in a cold sweat.
But yeah, that was really the only thing I saw down there.
Yeah, nothing else.
Remaining.
So that does it for FOC for us.
Yeah, so let me save some of those changes I've made so I know what I'm doing when I get back to it.
So I can't remember if the Murder Falcon, if this is one I pre-ordered, I have to order here. So I'll have to check because I want that cover.
And you'll let me know by when.
Just put one on the order, and
noon
Eric, just put one on the order, and Eric will know that if I've already ordered one, to nix it.
That's really not fair. You're putting a lot on him when you have your own order to maintain, and he has hundreds and hundreds of orders to comb through.
So much better at these things than I am. And
but you shouldn't ask that of him.
I'm not even asking. I'm just doing it and expecting the best.
Hope it all works out. That's great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Michael Lamb said, hey, there's special Hellboy beer that's being brewed for the 25th anniversary of Seed of Destruction with 6 different flavors inspired by the characters. Might be time to read some Hellboy. Okay. Cool.
They're rebooting the franchise for the movies. So
yeah.
There's no better time.
Hellboy beer. I did not know that. Robert says, after hearing you talk about Cowabunga, I am tempted to switch to mail order. But I feel guilty about it, like I'm cheating on my LCS. They don't give me any discounts, but they are really nice guys. What do you think? Well, we don't have that problem.
Yeah. I still go in there and pick, and I still go in there and rummage. And if they have a sale, I participate. I just can't. Like, they couldn't get it done on a weekly, monthly basis, and that's not on me. That's on them. Yep. But I absolutely, if there's something I need, I'll go in. If there's something I want, I'll go in. And if they have a sale, I support them. But it's on them to get me in their shop at this point.
But I think if your LCS is treating you well and filling your orders and taking care of you, by all means, stick with them. If they don't give you any discount, they're not giving you bags and boards, they're not doing anything, you might want to siphon a little bit off. If they're having trouble with, fulfilling some of the more obscure Antarctic Press stuff, we've had a lot of people talking to us, anecdotally giving us stories about how, their rags disappeared from their order.
Oh my goodness, yes. Or
they blame
asking,
Diamond.
They're asking for the Young Guns variant, and they're being told yes. And then when they go in to pick it up, they're like, "Oh, by the way, I'm now charging you $100 for it."
Yeah. So if those shenanigans occur, and you think that something's up, there probably is something up. because it just seems the things we hear, it seems way too coincidental that it's just the hot books that Diamond screwed up on and they didn't come in, and that you had to pre-order them and you didn't get them. That happened to me a lot and no longer does. But I know some people also who are loyal to their LCS, but they don't get a discount through their LCS. So what they do is, they know that their LCS is not gonna have a problem getting their Marvel or DC stuff. So they keep their big two stuff there and move all their back half and Image Dark Horse stuff to mail order, because those discounts can let them sample more stuff and get more stuff for flipping and things like that. And then they just use the LCS for big two stuff, which is pretty much guaranteed to not be a problem. You're not going to get screwed out of the big two stuff as much. Mm-hmm. So I've seen a lot of people that are doing that. They're just kind of dipping their toe in mail order, and you can do it that way. You could just kind of get on the mail order list. I'm sure Eric wouldn't care if you got on the mail order list, and you can just kind of see what they have to offer. If your LCS says, they can't get this stuff, maybe you're interested in the toys in the back or the T-shirts or something, Eric can get anything from the catalog. So they'll have no problem getting that stuff for you and getting that stuff for you at some kind of a discount usually. And so I think it's worth at least getting on the list, getting the catalog, getting the list and checking it out from there. But I understand the need to not want to cheat on your LCS, especially if they're good guys. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So you don't want to do it if they're taking care of you. But if they're not, it's their fault.
Drew has the same things with his wife, so she's been told the same thing.
She gets to cheat as much as she wants. I'm just glad to be in the mix. Jesse says, I hate delays. I hate these delays. I'd rather they just change artists and put it out on time. How do you guys feel about delays? I'm probably with you. I don't know, like something like a Saga. Would I be okay with it without Fiona? Probably not, but I think I'd get used to it if they changed artists and just kept cranking a story out. I think I'd be okay with it. What about you, Kyle?
Lately, anything that breaks story momentum for any amount of time, months, it kicks me more than anything anymore is delays and broken story momentum. Even on big things like whatever that Watchmen title is.
Doomsday Clock.
Doomsday Clock. Even the every other. No, I can't do it.
That one, I mean, the art is beautiful, but I would take a second tier artist on that if I got it twice a month and it was over 2 years ago.
Yes.
So
I'm 100% with him.
Yeah, we're right with you. Lewis says, hey, if you can only read one publisher and no others forever.
Image.
Is it Marvel, DC, or Image? He was giving you choices.
Sorry, Image.
It is Image for you?
Yeah.
See, I mean, 5 years ago it would have been Image.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But with Marvel, I'm going to get close to 100 comics a month.
But you don't read 65 X-Men books, so that's going to knock it down to 15.
Well, I would.
Yeah,
because I would get the most bang for my buck if I went with Marvel. DC would be what they put out 80, 70 a month, and Image is right there, 70, 80 a month. Boy, I'd hate to miss out on some of those Image titles though.
Just original storylines and the creativity you get from not necessarily find me another superhero thing that we can
I know. Boy, that's really, really tough.
Yeah.
Now, it would have to be one of these three. I wouldn't go off book and say, like...
Drew's only going Black Mask from now on.
I get 4 comics a year.
Yeah.
Man, because
I mean, it's easy to say DC. I can have my Bat books, and that's great, and I can continue to hold Nightwing close to my heart. But if I'm looking, like right now, if you're like, ooh, I get Batman and Nightwing, I could easily say, ooh, you can keep Batman and Nightwing.
Well, yeah, but you get Saga.
Yeah.
Not this year, you don't.
Not this year, I don't. And I don't get Walking Dead, but like things like Unnatural come out of nowhere that I'd never know about, and things like Middle West come out of nowhere that I'd never know about. And I think it'd be good for me because then I'd be reading a full Image catalog, and I'd be caught up on Rat Queens, and I'd be waiting with bated breath for the next Die.
Lewis, this is a Sophie's Choice, which is a movie I've never seen, but I think you get the reference.
You saved the mother.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. You know it. Can I get 2? Can I just pick 2 of the 3? Okay, I'd probably be happy with 2 of the 3.
So who you
I don't
killing?
know. Because I would lose. I would lose the obvious Moon Knight reboot that's coming up. I'd miss out on Spidey. I couldn't.
No
do
more
it.
Thor.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't give up on Marvel. I can't quit Marvel.
You'd never know where Daredevil doesn't go.
Yeah, I've already read the first issue of that. It was fantastic. The Zdarsky. I think Image is so sporadic.
You'd kill Image and just keep your two big two. Wow.
No. I'm saying if I have to stick to one, I'd take Marvel. If I get 2, I'm throwing Image in there, and DC's out.
Okay. Wow.
But it's tough. It's tough. I don't want to.
You never know.
I don't want to.
You never know how Scooby Apocalypse ends.
It's true. If it takes effect right now, I'll never get to. That's not fair. I can't do it, Lewis. Screw you, Lewis. Don't write in anymore. Your stupid questions. Man,
he made me choose.
Yeah, I gotta have all 3 of those publishers. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I reject the premise.
I reject your hypothetical. Get it out of here.
You can't take away my comics. But I would sacrifice every other publisher for those 3. I would lose out.
You can keep all your publishers, but no more Netflix.
Okay.
So I can kill
I
other
got satellite.
medium.
I got satellite, man. I'm good.
All right, just check.
I haven't cut the cord. Yeah, I'm fine. I got Hulu and Prime and
and the new DC one, the Marvel one that's coming out, or the Disney one that's coming out, and
I hear WB's got another one coming out.
Oh, for crying out loud!
It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
They won all our monies.
Anyway, thanks, Lewis. Marvin wants to know if the Batman the Damn #1 bubble has burst yet. Well, funny you should mention that. I have a coverprice.com, which is COVR price.com, top selling comics for this week, the week of December 14th. So let's see what's on it. See if it made the list. Number 1.
That's a segue.
That's a segue. Thank you. Who was it? Marvin. Number 1 is Detective Comics 854, which is the first appearance of Alice Elizabeth. And in parentheses it says Batwoman TV show, which isn't out yet, right?
Correct. Not out yet.
Okay. So that's raw copies selling for $15. 44 sold this week. The graded ones going for $80. Number 2 is Rye #0, which is the first appearance of Bloodshot. It's on Valiant. Bloodshot was relaunched. It probably has that movie that's coming out eventually. 60 copies of that has sold this week. $42 a pop. And the graded copies going for $129. Hey, the third number 3 is Motor Girl number 1, from Terry Moore, which I have sitting here signed on my wall. It has recently been optioned, and 42 copies have sold for $13. So that one's heating up. We have Immortal Hulk number 13 from every Immortal Hulk, by the way, is hot or has been hot for a little while. So just buy all those off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody's digging that. It's selling for, looks like double cover. 59 have sold. That Harley Quinn, Derek Chu sideways variant that you liked, the anime style.
Should have gone with my gut.
It's at $9. It's selling graded for 70. That was number 5. Number 6 is another Immortal Hulk, number 12, which is the first appearance of the One Below All. First full appearance of the One Below All. With it's selling for $13.50 on average. 79 sold this week. Number 7 is Spawn 293, the black and white C cover. So if you listen to Kyle, you would have never purchased this because he's always cover A.
On these, I've liked. I've ventured down
have.
the list going some Spawn.
They've sold almost 100 of those this week. 96 of them have sold for an average of $14.45. It's an error variant, and it's been scooped up very quickly. So there was an error on that one. So that's hard to spec on. You never know that's going to happen. Let's see. Number 8 is Avengers 684, which is the first appearance of Immortal Hulk. 59 of those have sold this week. They're selling for an average of $13. Mine have all sold. I'll go on. Number 9 is Incredible Hulk number 449, with the first appearance of the Thunderbolts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is selling an average of $25. 38 sold this week, and the CGC copies are over 200.
That book is from 1997.
So you could buy the raw copies pretty reasonably, $25. Get them graded, and make a lot of money. Because if the graded copies are selling for 200 and you can get the raw copies for 20, it don't cost you that much to get them graded. So,
AKA, not a lot of people had that book graded.
Yeah, that's probably what you're saying. So yeah, Thunderbolts heating up. And number 10, Batman the Dam number 1, which of course the Batwang book. It continues to sell well. 44 copies sold this week. It's averaged around $80 for a raw copy, and the graded copies are going for around an average of $150. So the bubble has not burst. It continues to sell.
Mid-January, they were getting 60 for it. Now they're getting 80 for it. It's going back up. I don't get it. I was way wrong on long-term on this. There are so many copies of this book. Why is it still holding?
Is 150,000?
Yes.
Are these out there?
There are 150,000, and a lot of the CGCs, you're getting them coming back over 9.8 because it's an OGN size.
Oh, they're in. So it comes up 9.9.
I've seen 9.9s of this. I think I might have seen 10s.
Well, because of the cover stock.
Yeah, because the cover stock. It's a big, thick A book.
Dang. Man, I shouldn't have sold mine so fast.
But like I said, I was wrong. I thought like, who cares about a dong long term?
Well. Okay. Anyway, so that, I think, answers your question, Marvin. Yes, the bubble has not burst. In fact, it's bigger. So
Hey-o.
That's exciting. Good stuff.
Yeah. There's multiple CGC 10.0 Batman dams.
What are they selling for? Over
people
200,
asking
right?
$500.
Dang.
Cover B in a 10 gem mint. Yeah, there are dozens of 10.0s because of that stock. So, like, 9.8 ain't where it's at for this book because there's tons of gem mints.
Well, that's saying the average price for the average book is 9 point, or maybe they just have a placeholder that says the 9.8s sell for this.
Yeah,
much.
everything defaults to a 9.8 as the standard high end for those, but just on this one because of the size and everything, 10s are not uncommon.
So this is one of those cases where you should have held on to it. Quick Flip was not where it was at.
Quick Flip was getting 30 to 50, right?
30 to 50. Like the week it came out, and that's hard to turn down. And it was so hard to turn down, I did not turn it down, and sold it. So, but you do that, and you roll the dice, and down the road, you might come to bite you. But you can't keep everything unless you have unlimited space.
Yeah, and money.
And
I have neither.
I like having money in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's FOC this for what week is it?
We just did FOC, so you want to do?
Not FOC. Sneak peek. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right, let's head over to previewsworld.com. Let's find February 20th, 2019.
Yeah.
I click a table view because I can't do gallery. It makes my eyes cross. And let's start where we love to start. Let's start in image.
Bitter Root, which I hear is getting canceled. Or the creators are putting on the shelf or something like that, I've heard. There's a third printing for Die. Crazy. Issue 7 for Outpost 0. Should be some fun stuff happening in that issue.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting some answers to some of the mystery. Really good. We got Sharky the Bounty Hunter, which is yet another Mark Millar book.
Mm-hmm.
Soon to be on Netflix. You got to buy them. I mean, you can't skip out on them because they're all going to be optioned in some form or fashion. This is with Simone Bianchi as the artist. This is a sci-fi book where Sharky is a blue-collar bounty hunter who tracks criminals across the galaxy in his converted rocket-powered ice cream truck. Aided and abetted by his 10-year-old partner, he's out for the biggest bounty of his career. Yeah, sounds dumb. I believe it, but it's gonna do really well. It's gonna get made into something.
I was gonna say, before I even know, I know it's 6 issues, and I know it's over the top.
And it's got a Frank Quitely cover, which I ordered a ton of. It's got a Scalera cover, which is very nice, but I didn't order any of those. And I got a couple cover A's coming. Oh, the Kerschel cover's nice. They're all nice, really.
Yeah.
I only should have got the sketch cover. That's really nice.
Awesome looking 7 to Eternity 13 cover A. And this is the end of the second story arc.
And it feels like 7 to Eternity has been going on for 5 years. And it's on issue 13. Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible.
Seems like it's been going on a long time and it's taking forever to come out.
All right, Middle West number 4, of course, also offered on this week.
Oh, that's an August order code for 7 to Eternity, so it's way delayed.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. It's 4 months behind.
Yeah.
Anything else in previews or in image?
No. Oh.
Dark Horse, and here's where I'm gonna jump on Anthem number 1. I was playing it a few weeks ago for the beta. It makes me feel like Iron Man. It's got an awesome story, so I am jumping hard on this book, Anthem number 1.
Yes.
And this video game is going to be huge. I think it comes out next week on the 22nd, because right now we're in our EA Access 10-day or 10-hour trial period.
What is it?
It's weird because you can play Anthem on X day when it actually releases, or if you have EA access, since it's an EA game, you can play 10 hours of it a week before based on a trial. So it's very weird. It's a very staggered and odd release window and date for it. But it is a really big deal.
Now, who were the video game companies that had the big layoffs?
That was just Activision Blizzard, I think.
And what's their game that underperformed?
Activision. Well, what they did is they essentially let Destiny go. So they laid off 800 people because they consolidated a lot of the marketing departments for Destiny that they no longer have. And they've actually said in their earnings call, because like people were up in arms because they started out their earnings call saying, we made record money. And people were like, wait, but you just laid off 800 people.
Because they...
A lot of that was consolidated marketing and consolidated executives. And they've said, yes, we laid off a bunch of people and all this stuff, but we're actually ramping up production studios for a few other games. So some of the actual coders they're going to hire more of. But, none of this is confirmed. But it looks like a lot of them moving off of the Destiny title, they don't need a lot of that group, be it overseas or local.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There were 800 of them working just on Destiny, and it's been out for how long?
No, well, there was a big push on Destiny. I think its original budget, they were going to do like millions and millions of dollars in marketing for it, like $500 million in marketing over a 10-year period, because this was supposed to just be a games as a service game that continued to build on itself. But it's missed the mark quite a bit on a few things, and they to the point where they're just like, we're going to drop off. So Activision's like, we no longer want to publish this. You can just take it back, Bungie, and you do your own thing on it.
I thought people liked Destiny, no?
People like it, but it's just not doing what they wanted them to. And when they came out with Destiny 2, it kind of catered to the softcore gamer, and you made some of the hardcores that, like, I'm going to say me, that I think I had 1,400 to 1,600 hours in Destiny 1 over a year and a half period of doing weird hardcore raids.
Okay.
But then they would put these things out that say, hey, only 11% of our customer base does these hardcore raids. So you're like, cool, I'm in the minority on these, and I bought all your DLCs and I spend your money. But then when the next one came out, they're like, we're going to make everything really easy, and we're going to make it so the long-term game, after you finish the main stuff, is not rewarding at all and gives you no reason to stick around for 1,400 hours. And it just kind of lost its step. And then 6 months, their little cycle of, we're going to release new content every 3 months, every 6 months. A couple of them missed the mark, and then some of the last one that came out was really good, but it just didn't seem like it's enough. And it just the future of this game kind of was a little, what are they going to do next? Because we thought they were going to take one title and build 10 years on one title, and here they were playing it for a few years and then coming out with a number 2 and starting over essentially.
Did Fortnite eclipse it?
Fortnite is just burying everything, but right now Fortnite actually is getting cut a little bit by a company called Apex Legends, who made a game called, I don't know if anybody's interested. I may be going off on a tangent that's not good for comic people, but Apex Legends I was a big fan of Titanfall, and the people who created Titanfall, Respawn Entertainment, came out with a new, essentially Fortnite killer, a battle royale game called Apex Legends that dropped for free last week and has been pulling a great mindshare from Fortnite.
And it's kind of the same deal.
Yeah, it's 3-player squads, around 100 to 200 players in an arena, winner take all.
And that's the sweet spot for the entry level 11-year-old kid can play next to the 40-year-old kid.
Yeah, and have an advantage over people like me because they have those darn lightning quick reflexes and unlimited access to Mountain Dew. But yeah, well, see, the current video game market for these games is they're free to play, so they drop and they're like, it's completely free, and then they're like, oh cool, if you want your guy to be pink, give us $5. Ooh, if you want your guy to dance this way, give us $5. If you want to get the newest skin for season 2, give us $20 for the new battle pass. and it's on that same market where it had 25 million downloads within the first week because it's a free game. So there's no barrier to entry to just be like, I'll download it, try it out. They even released the game with zero marketing and with 2 days notice. They had online content creators leak that it was coming 2 days ahead of time, and then just boom, straight launched it and said, go ahead and get it, because they knew if they said a new game backed by EA with microtransactions, and you put that out into the world and gave video game people, 2 months to nitpick at it, they'd all hate it before they even saw it. But by kind of stealth releasing it and just saying, everybody go download it and play it, they hit just giant numbers. And like I said, 25 million downloads within a week.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah.
This has been Video Games for Fun and Profit, our new spin-off series, coming to you this fall from the podcast channel.
I've been in a crazy video game headspace lately between the beta for Anthem, the beta for Division 2, Crackdown 3 coming out, and still playing Breath of the Wild and all kinds of crazy stuff.
You've all 3 systems booted up at all times. Always humming. They've always got something going on.
Yeah, there's always something to be played.
That's awesome. I am done with Image.
Oh, wait, yeah, we were talking comics. Down to IDW.
I'm done with that as well.
Or no,
we were already done with Image, weren't we?
Yeah, we were already done because we'd moved on and we started talking about Anthem, and then we saw, I don't think anything else in Dark Horse.
Yes.
And then nothing in IDW. We're down to DC.
Yes. And with DC, we need to take a little side quest because they had a Vertigo book called Second Coming by Mark Russell, which was
the Jesus one.
The Jesus one, and they have now canceled that. There was an online petition to have that thing canceled, and they have decided to cancel it now. I don't know if you knew the solicit. It may have been sacrilegious. I can't remember what the solicit said.
It wasn't anything that made me cringe.
Yeah. You're a church-going man.
Yes, sir.
And you don't remember it being offensive.
Yeah, well, granted, I'm not easily offended by anything, but yeah, I mean, do your take. I mean, I remember reading Judas from Boom, and some things like that. I remember reading
God Damned.
Yeah, God Damned, that kind of thing. And I like it when people take biblical things and build on them and do their own worlds and look on things. I don't have to worship a comic book, but it's just neat if I want to jump into that and have, some knowledge of the inside joke and the source material.
Critics have called it blasphemous. And there was
Mark Russell's not like a big douche, so I wouldn't have a reason to do it. I mean,
I think he's a self-avowed agnostic. So I mean that probably added some fuel to the fire. How dare he be the one writing about Jesus in any way?
I mean, I love the movie Dogma. It pokes fun at Catholicism and Christianity. I mean, it's all in good fun. This is a medium where you can, half of the books that we worship are man in tights.
The bad part of this is DC caved to a few people signing a petition, creating controversy out of what I don't think is a big deal. The good news is they didn't just shelve his book. They said, "Hey, do you want it back, and you can take it somewhere else? It's just not right for us at this time." So Mark Russell will now take it to an Image or somebody else and publish it there. And with the hype controversy behind it, it'll probably sell better than it would have at Vertigo.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we'll see. I'm going to read it, or at least the first issue. I was going to read it anyway. It's Mark Russell. Who am I kidding? I'm going to read the whole thing. It's Mark Russell.
Yeah.
But if it's really bad, I'll know. I'll know if it's really bad, and I will stop reading it. But I don't. I've never been offended by comics.
Yeah.
I mean, bad comics that I can't quite get through, but yeah. So that was kind of like something that bubbled up this week. And I think it's just kind of a manufactured thing, but whatever. Anyway, DC American Carnage #4, very should also be controversial, but it's not. A lot of violence in this bad boy. A lot of racial undertones in this thing, overtones. But it's good. It's good. It's for mature readers. It's Brian Hill. For the first 3 issues, and it's really a good title. I think it's the shining light, the only good title at Vertigo right now.
There you go. Speaking of Vertigo, we have a new number 1, high level number 1, from Rob Sheridan, with art by Barnaby Bagenda and Romulo Fajardo. Man, I should have read these ahead of time. Hundreds of years after the world ended and human society was rebuilt from scratch, a self-interested smuggler is forced to travel a new continent of danger, new continent of danger and mystery to deliver a child messiah to High Level, a mythical city at the top of the world from which no one has ever returned.
Okay. What do you think?
I like End of the World. Vertigo, does some... Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm in.
Let me know.
I will.
Let me know if it's any good. I'm not probably gonna. I'm gonna sit that one out probably.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the first part of The Price, which is the crossover between Batman and the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
They're working on this cold case, and Josh Williamson is doing the writing, but I think Tom King's just helping him plot it. But it was pretty good, and I'm kind of a sucker for a crossover. I remember the Button very fondly.
Oh yeah,
as the last Batman Flash crossover. So I'm psyched to see where that goes.
And that
should be fun.
Definitely a Chris Burnham cover A.
Yeah.
Nightwing 57. I like the cover A more than I do the cover B, but I like the cover B too. I like both the covers on these ones. Joker's daughter back in with Nightwing.
Huh.
Yeah. With Rick.
Yep, he's still Rick, isn't he?
Yep.
Who did I just see is taking over Nightwing? Or at least doing part of it. I'm going to have to Google this because I can't remember now. Because, again, my brain is mush. It was somebody we liked. Oh, it was Zach Kaplan. The guy that did Eclipse.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that for a second, I think.
We already knew that?
Yeah, I think maybe we didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, so he's coming on to Nightwing, so I'm hoping that adds a little juice to it. Although I've been enjoying it. We'll see.
There you go.
The Teen Titans, I like that cover A lot.
Oh, yeah, that is cool.
That was Giuseppe Camicoli.
Yeah, and then, of course, your cover B is a feature of the character Roundhouse.
Yeah.
All right, let's head on down to Marvel.
Probably going to be something here that is hot. I just don't know what it is.
I don't think it'll be Dazzler #1 Facsimile Edition for $4 because you can pretty much pick up the cover A of the OG one for about that in some places.
No, I think Dazzler's heating up, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. I picked up that for nothing not too long ago.
Well, not too long ago, like a year.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think since then it's heated up.
There you go. Love Romances #1.
What do we think about Hulkverines first?
Ooh, Hulkverines.
Yeah.
3-issue series.
Yeah. It's got
Greg Pak. I like Greg Pak.
Yeah, and we got Immortal Hulk, really hot. We got Weapon H, who's really hot. Any
And
chance
we got
this is
Wolverine.
something? Yeah.
It could be fun. If you like any of these three characters, you'll enjoy this.
Could it be flippable?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
And a Wolverine Infinity Watch by Jerry Duggan. More Infinity. We're gonna do this right through the new movie, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
I've grown weary.
Your West Coast Avengers has already gotten to a trade paperback. Wow.
Well, that's 6 issues. It's not that big of a deal.
It just seems like just a couple months ago I was making fun of that.
That terrible, terrible cover.
Yeah. All right, anything else in a Marvel?
Probably, but I don't know.
I didn't care for any of the True Believers. So yeah.
Let's go Dynamite.
Dynamite.
What do we think of Crackdown?
I'm playing it right now.
Oh, it's another game?
Yep, another game. Futuristic superhero police officer. Voiced by Terry Crews. Looks just like Terry Crews. It got panned. It's getting horrible reviews. But I have a lot of fun with it because I like to go collect the orbs and run around the world.
Is it the type of game that will fuel another property's speculative
No.
market?
It's an Xbox exclusive, and that's by far the console that's third in the race. So it will have the least people playing it and the least people caring. So this is not as spec worthy. But if you like that game or like that universe, snag it up.
Yeah, that's it.
Just look at Red Sonja, Frank, Virgin. Crazy high prices for those. Just looking at them. All right, boom. Anything? Oh, Black Badge FOC,
which we didn't have the cover during FOC ordering,
Yeah.
and so now we see it's kind of a
topography.
map.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of cool.
yeah. Very neat take. I like that kind of thing.
Now let's go make some money in the
Yeah,
back
let's
half.
look at our smaller publishers.
Of course, I went heavy on Appalachian Apocalypse #1.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't know yet if I...
Did you read it?
No. Didn't read it. I haven't heard a thing about it. No heat on it, but, maybe.
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know anything about George MacDonald's Light Princess #1 from Cave Pictures Publishing.
Wow. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Valiant has a new #1 called Incursion. It's written by Andy Diggle and Alex Packnadel. I don't know about Valiant as far as spec books.
It's true.
Well, except for that Rye #0,
Mm-hmm.
which I had some of those.
Punchline #4. We had some good heat on the original punchlines. There's the fourth one.
True. I believe the market's caught up by now.
Yes, exactly what I was going to say.
Probably time to jump off that ship.
Stronghold #1 from Aftershock. I went heavy on this. It is Aftershock, and it is Phil Hester.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We like him.
Our planet is actually a prison designed to both trap and shelter an amnesiac alien entity of incalculable power. Now known as Michael Gray, this cosmic angel of destruction currently believes himself to be an ordinary Midwest insurance underwriter who belongs to a global secret society dedicated to covers the truth about his past. To make matters worse, our hero has fallen in love with Michael Gray, and for their love to be born, Earth must die. Yes.
Very nice. Scout Comics has Wolfborn, W-U-L-F, Born. Wolfborn, by Brian Middleton, doing the writing and art chores. Come to me and I will heal your broken heart. These words, spoken by a sweet-voiced angel, lead Wolfborn into a dark and creature-filled underworld. Cover looks nice, clean, like it. Scout Comics puts out quality comics. Easy to get graded, easy to get nice high grades with those if they hit. Might be one to think about.
And the Zodiac is a Zetascope property. Covers C and D being your cheesecake covers.
There was a Zetascope I was reading the other day that was really good, and I can't think of what it was called. Yeah. I like some of their stuff. If you can get by the cheesy cover, they've got some good stuff.
All right, Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I ask you for your pick of the week. What is going to be the next Batwang book? What is going to be the next thing that you need to pick up and spec on hard that's going to make you a little bit money in this convoluted comic world? Drew, what do you got?
It's Sharky Bounty Hunter number 1,
C.
Cover C, by Frank Quitely. Get a couple, stick them in a box, wait till you hear the Netflix announcement, and then pull them back out, dust them off, and flip them.
Very cool.
That's what you do.
I am going with Anthem number 1. I am banking on this game being super popular, people clamoring for additional storylines within this, even if they're not relegated to the main story. And either way, I really like the story in the game, and it's something that if I heard there was other things to read, I would definitely be grabbing on. So I am wanting a 3-pack of Anthem. Nice. So, if you guys disagree with any of the things we've said, there was a ton of good books, so I highly recommend hitting your LCS because there are multiple things I would be picking up. I would be grabbing that Aftershock book. I would be grabbing all kinds of stuff here this week. So definitely not a good week to skip your LCS. Make sure that you're there when they open on Wednesday to get this stuff. But if there's something we missed or didn't talk highly enough about, feel free to drop us a line, either on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, through our Gmail account. All these things can be found at our website, comicsforfunandprofit.com. Drop us a line. Tell us what we missed. Tell us if we're right. Tell us if we're wrong. But if we make you some money, definitely let us know on that. So, we missed you guys for a week. We're thankful we're back. So for Drew and for myself, see ya. Boom. We had a few there.